The battle for Delhi has intensified. There's a war of words that escalated, and there are now personal attacks. The latest flashpoint, a direct attack on Delhi Chief Minister Atishi, and she broke down as she targeted her BJP opponent Ramesh Biduri, saying, target me and my work or speak about your work. Why target her old father, her 80-year-old father? We get you that story. The latest also, the showdown over the alleged 80 crore Chief Minister's residence in the national capital. The controversy surrounding the bungalow on number 6 Flagstaff Road. Now that sparked off a heated war of words between the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP. I'm Gaurav Sawant, and let's begin with the latest flashpoint between the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party in the national capital. BJP leader Ramesh Biduri has sparked off a huge controversy after his sexist jibe on Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, the BJP's candidate from Kalkaji in South Delhi. Ramesh Biduri has now targeted Delhi Chief Minister Atishi. Biduri said, and I quote, Atishi changed her father and renamed her and changed her surname. Now, Atishi, Delhi Chief Minister, she reacted to his comments on her father. She broke down. And these comments drew massive criticism, a barrage of criticism from the Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress Party. Biduri, of course, has expressed his regrets, but then Atishi, the Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress insist he's a repeat offender.
मारलीना ने बाप बदल दिया, पहले मारलीना थी, अब सिंह हो गई.
Motormouth BJP neta Ramesh Biduri is at it again.
अरे ये मारलीना, ये तो सिंह बन गई भैया, चेहरा ही नाम बदल दिया.
After sexist comment on Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, BJP's Kalkaji candidate Ramesh Biduri targeted Delhi Chief Minister Atishi. Biduri said that Atishi changed her father and her last name from Marlena to Singh.
अरे ये मारलीना, ये तो सिंह बन गई भैया, चेहरा ही नाम बदल दिया. केजरीवाल ने बच्चों की कसम खाई थी, भ्रष्टाचारी कांग्रेस के साथ नहीं जाऊंगा. मारलीना ने बाप बदल दिया, पहले मारलीना थी, अब सिंह हो गई. ये इनका चरित्र है.
इतनी घटिया हरकत करेंगे.
Delhi Chief Minister Atishi broke into tears.
बुजुर्ग व्यक्ति को गालियां देने पे उतर आएंगे.
Emotional Atishi questioned Ramesh Biduri for abusing her old and ailing father.
ये तो सिंह बन गई भैया.
मेरे पिताजी जिंदगी भर शिक्षक रहे. आज वो 80 साल के हो गए हैं. वो इतने बीमार रहते हैं कि बिना सहारे के चल नहीं पाते हैं.
Ramesh Biduri's remarks drew massive flack from AAP and Congress netas.
आतिशी के पिताजी 80 साल की उम्र के हैं, वृद्धावस्था में है, बीमार है, और ऐसी हालत में आप उनको गालियां दे रहे हैं. शर्म नहीं आती? मैं समझता हूं भारतीय जनता पार्टी इस देश की सबसे बड़ी गुंडों और गालीबाजों की पार्टी है.
आपको लगता है भाजपा के उम्मीदवार रमेश बिदूरी जी की जो भाषा के बाद आप उन्हें हाई और प्रोफाइल करते हैं, इतना लो वो चले गए हैं कि भाषा का संयम, अभी तो चुनाव शुरू भी नहीं हुआ है, अभी तो उनको उम्मीदवार बनाया ही है.
The BJP distanced itself from Biduri's personal attacks.
मैंने रमेश जी का पूरा बयान नहीं सुना है, लेकिन जो जानकारी मिली है, समाज में महिलाओं का अपना एक विशेष योगदान रहता है, और किसी भी राजनीतिक क्षेत्र में या किसी भी सामाजिक क्षेत्र में काम करने वाली जो माताएं बहनें होती हैं, उनका सम्मान करना और ये हम सबका दायित्व बनता है.
Earlier, Ramesh Biduri had to express regret after facing massive criticism for sexist slur on Priyanka Gandhi Vadra.
सारी की सारी सड़कें प्रियंका गांधी के गाल जैसे जरूर बना देंगे. ये तो सिंह बन गई भैया.
Will Biduri's personal jibes hit BJP poll prospects in Delhi?
कसम खाई थी, भ्रष्टाचारी
With Piyush Mishra and Rahul Gautam, Bureau Report, India Today.
पहले मारली ना थी, अब सिंह हो गई। ये इनका चरित्र है।
On the back foot on the Ramesh Biduri issue, the BJP was quick to mount a counter-attack, and this was on the renovation at Delhi Chief Minister's residence, an audit of the renovation of the official residence of the Delhi Chief Minister, which was then occupied by Arvind Kejriwal. The BJP used an audit report and said that there were extravagant expenses incurred, including curtains worth almost 96 lakh rupees, a minibar valued at 4.8 lakh rupees, silk carpets worth 16.27 lakh rupees, and this is the second major flashpoint between the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party ahead of Delhi elections. The Aam Aadmi Party, of course, hit back with expenses incurred for Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Listen in.
The biggest flashpoint in Delhi Dangal. The luxurious bungalow of Delhi Chief Minister and the alleged mega splurge. Dubbed Kejriwal's Sheesh Mahal by the BJP, the bungalow became a focal point of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's attack.
ये कितने बड़े झूठे हैं, इसका उदाहरण इनका शीश महल है। जब दिल्ली के लोग ऑक्सीजन और दवाओं के लिए भटक रहे थे, तब इन लोगों का पूरा फोकस अपना शीश महल बनवाने में था।
The BJP piled up the heat with multiple posters slamming the criminal splurge, pitting the luxe interiors of the CM house with dilapidated Delhi roads and infrastructure. BJP alleged that the CAG report revelations on Kejriwal's official bungalow were only tip of the iceberg and that there was a total splurge of 80 crore rupees. All this after CAG report revealed that 33 crore rupees were spent on Delhi CM residence that had a TV console of over 20 lakh rupees, a minibar unit worth over 4 lakh, L-shaped sofa worth over 6 lakh rupees, treadmill and gym equipment worth over 18 lakh rupees, kitchen equipment worth 39 lakh rupees, silk carpet worth over 16 lakh rupees, dining table worth over 4 lakh rupees, faux leather cladding worth over 5 lakh rupees, curtains worth over 96 lakh rupees, and floor tiles worth over 14 lakhs.
जो इमेजेस हमें मिले हमने तो उस पर तैयार किया क्योंकि अरविंद केजरीवाल अपने भ्रष्टाचार के म्यूजियम को दिखाना नहीं चाहते। उन्होंने इसे बंद कर रखा है। जो 100 रुपए की चप्पल और 2 रुपए का पेन लिए घूमते थे अरविंद केजरीवाल, कैसे अन्ना के सपनों को उन्होंने रौंदते हुए और दिल्ली की जनता को धोखा देते हुए, ठगते हुए अपने लिए कैसे अय्याशी का सामान जुटाया है, ये तो उसकी वानगी भर है।
एस्टिमेटेड कॉस्ट 7 करोड़ का था, उससे 342.31% अधिक पेमेंट किया गया और जो टेंडर्ड अमाउंट था 8 करोड़ का, उससे 290.49% का ऊपर पेमेंट किया गया। आप सोचिए, इतना घोटाला तो हमने कहीं नहीं सुना होगा, वो भी एक हवेली के पीछे।
Hitting back, the Aam Aadmi Party called Prime Minister Modi a liar and accused him of splurging over his residence, a plane and suits.
वो 2700 करोड़ के प्रधानमंत्री जी के आवास पे और 8,500 करोड़ के हवाई जहाज पे और 10 लाख के सूट पे कोई रिपोर्ट आई क्या?
The Congress too slammed Kejriwal for wasting taxpayers' money for personal luxury.
जो ये शीश महल या मुख्यमंत्री निवास, जो भी आप इसको शब्द इस्तेमाल कर लीजिए, अपने में ये दिल्ली में जो पिछले 10 साल में हुआ भ्रष्टाचार है, उसका ये सबसे बड़ा, हो सकता है कीमत के हिसाब से सबसे बड़ा नमूना ना हो, लेकिन वो इस तरह के भ्रष्टाचार का सबसे बड़ा नमूना बन के आता है।
one of the major poll planks that we will see in this election season as far as BJP is concerned will be the Sheesh Mahal. And now with figures, the BJP will be going door to door and pointing fingers at the kind of renovation that was being done at the behest of the taxpayers' money for the house of erstwhile Chief Minister of Delhi, Arvind Kejriwal. With camera person Amit, this is Aishwarya Paliwal reporting for India Today.
A very disturbing story coming in from Chhattisgarh. In a Naxal terror attack, 9 security forces personnel made the supreme sacrifice of their lives. These were personnel of the Dantewada District Reserve Guard, or the DRG. They were traveling on board a Scorpio vehicle and they were on their way back from an encounter site in which 3 Naxal terrorists were killed, and this was a joint operation that had been mounted. But there was a massive IED, or an improvised explosive device, that was planted on the road, and as the Scorpio vehicle passed over that IED, there was a massive explosion. Now some broken portions and pieces of that Scorpio vehicle were found on tree tops, so you can just imagine the impact of that explosion. The Jawans, like we said, were returning from a joint operation in Dantewada, Narayanpur and Bijapur area when the Red Terror operatives, the Naxalite terrorists, used IEDs to target their vehicle. And this incident comes just a day after that encounter between security forces and Maoist terrorists in Bastar, in which the latest inputs that we are now getting is at least 5 terrorists were neutralized.
ये नक्सलियों का कायराना हरकत है। ये हताशा में किया गया हुआ कार्रवाई है। ये कायराना हरकत कि मैं निंदा करता हूं। सभी जो जवान शहीद हुए हैं उनको अपनी विनम्र श्रद्धांजलि अर्पित करता हूं। पर हमारी सरकार की प्रतिबद्धता है कि इनकी शहादत जाया नहीं जाएगी, और जिस लक्ष्य को लेकर हम निकले हैं मार्च 2026 तक नक्सल मुक्त करने का, वो पूरा करेंगे।
Another disturbing report coming in from Chhattisgarh, and this is the probe into the brutal murder of a journalist in Chhattisgarh. Muktesh Chandarkar was killed in Chhattisgarh for just doing his job. Congress leader, who's also Mukesh's cousin, that's the information that we're getting, stands accused of having murdered Mukesh. The prime accused is Suresh Chandarkar, who's also a Congress leader and a contractor, and he has now been arrested in Hyderabad. Now, the murder allegedly took place because of corruption that was exposed in a road scam project. Now, a road scam. Details of the murder will send chills down your spine. Mukesh's liver, according to the post-mortem report, was ruptured in 4 places. He had at least 15 fractures on his head. The post-mortem report also reveals that 5 ribs were broken. The neck bone was broken. The body was then dumped in a septic tank. Now, amidst all of this, the Chief Minister of Chhattisgarh has pledged the strictest possible action will be taken as per law against the accused. He also promised to bring a Journalist Protection Act in Chhattisgarh.
SIT टीम के द्वारा पत्रकार साथी मुकेश चंद्राकर के हत्या की घटना में शामिल फरार आरोपी सुरेश चंद्रकर की देर रात हैदराबाद में हिरासत में लिया गया। साथ ही साथ इस प्रकरण में अब तक सुरेश चंद्राकर के अलावा 3 आरोपियों की गिरफ्तारी पहले ही की जा चुकी है, जिसमें रितेश चंद्राकर, दिनेश चंद्राकर एवं महेंद्र रामटेके शामिल हैं। साथ ही साथ मामले में विस्तृत पूछताछ की जा रही है।
The HMPV virus has raised alarm almost across the country. 2 cases have been detected in Bengaluru and 1 in Ahmedabad in Gujarat. There's also now 1 more case that's being reported, and this case is being reported from Bengal. The HMPV virus causes symptoms that are very similar to common cold. The center says they're fully prepared for this virus. They're aware of this virus, and there is no reason to be concerned. At least as of now, all the information that's available in public domain, there is no reason to worry. India Today's Sneha Mordani gets us more on the HMPV virus.
The HMPV virus has now been reported in India. The virus that makes infants ill and can cause a serious outcome in immunocompromised individuals is causing alarm in the country. Over 4 cases have been seen in India. The government of India says that the virus is in circulation in India for years now, like in many parts of the world, and that there is no reason to worry.
The Health Ministry, the Indian Council for Medical Research, and the National Center for Disease Control are keeping a close watch on the situation in China as well as in the neighboring countries. The health systems and surveillance networks of the country remain vigilant, ensuring the country is ready to respond promptly to any emerging health challenges.
Metapneumovirus is like any other respiratory virus which causes a common cold. And in the very old and the very young, it could cause flu-like symptoms. The general precautions that we use against all respiratory infections, which means in case somebody has cough and cold, he should avoid coming in contact with a lot number of people so that the infection does not spread.
Last week, social media was flooded with pictures from China that showed overwhelmed hospitals and crematoriums. The World Health Organization has not said anything just yet on the extent of the crisis in China. India says they have sought more information. The government of India says that in the infections of HMPV seen in India right now, the patients had no travel history, no international travel history, indicating that the increase in cases seen in India right now has got no link to the outbreak in China. But we do not know just yet. The government says we are monitoring the situation very closely. Clearly, vigilance is at its peak given our experience 5 years ago. ILI, which is influenza-like illness, and SARI, which is severe acute respiratory infections, are being very closely monitored, says the Union Health Ministry. Perhaps patterns of an increase in influenza-like illnesses will give better indications about where we stand today. But right now, an increase in respiratory infections has not been seen, says the government of India. The virus leads to symptoms similar to the flu, such as cough, fever, runny nose and sore throat. It may sometimes lead to more severe symptoms like pneumonia, a lung infection that causes air sacs to be filled with fluids. A severe infection is more likely in children under the age of 5 when they get the infection for the first time. It may also cause severe symptoms in the elderly and those who have a weakened immune system.
In the infants, they have not been exposed to the viruses, so they do not have the antibodies and enough, and apart from that, their immune system is also not fully developed. As a result, they are not able to fight out this virus.
What then are the precautions to be taken?
There could be some strain variation which could be there in the new strain, which is causing the outbreak in the area which is affected by currently circulating HMPV virus. But if I see of that of condition in India, I can say right now we are not suffering any panic situation related to HMPV virus, but yes, preparedness is always required.
China says this is a winter occurrence. Hong Kong and Malaysia too have now reported cases of the human metapneumovirus. In New Delhi, Sneha Mordani for India Today TV.
Justin Trudeau, the Prime Minister of Canada, is in the eye of a storm, and there are reports in Canada to suggest he may step down in the next 48 hours, or at least by the coming weekend. His public approval ratings are declining. The economy is in tatters. International relations, not just with India, but even with the United States of America, at an all-time low. And Justin Trudeau is facing tremendous opposition, not just from the opposition and colleagues, but also from within his party. We get you more in this report.
Time is up for Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, a known India beta. Canadian media says Trudeau is all set to step down. But this has not come as a shocker for all. Trouble has been mounting for Justin Trudeau for quite some time now. 20-odd MPs of Trudeau's own Liberal Party have turned against him over misgovernance. Majority of Liberal MPs urged him to step down amid declining opinion poll numbers and public dissatisfaction. compounded by high inflation, job crisis, and increasing housing prices.
He's in the middle of so many crazy scandals that would have broken any other government in any other point of Canadian history. So the fact that he lost as a finance minister and deputy prime minister, where he was firing her from finance minister and wanted to make her like minister of sitting in the corner and doing nothing. And then she pulled the "you can't fire me, I quit" routine. Now, if he does resign, you know, I'll be very happy. There's this weird scenario where he could resign as leader of the Liberal Party, but not as prime minister, which again is an absolute absurdity. And it's like technically he can do this, but no one ever would. But again, that's the Justin Trudeau way: is no one should ever really do this. You can't do this, but then he does it.
The endgame began after a spat with US President-elect Donald Trump. Trump promised to slap a 25% tariff on all goods entering the US from Canada, pushing Trudeau on back foot. Trudeau's ties with India have been sour over his free run to pro-Khalistan radicals and mobs targeting Hindu temples. Trudeau also sabotaged ties with India after accusing Indian government agents of killing Nijjar, a designated pro-Khalistan terrorist, but failed to provide proof of Indian government role. Throughout his tenure, the Canadian Prime Minister kept wooing pro-Khalistan radicals for votes, hoping they would revive his dying political charm. Canada goes to polls this year, and most recent polls show that Trudeau is facing an uphill task against the Conservatives-led Pierre Poilievre. Bureau Report, India Today.
To our fact-check section, a claim was made on social media that 150 crore rupees were recovered from a Tirupati temple priest. Now, is this actually true? The anti-fake news war room of India Today did a fact-check and found that this video is from December 2021, and the video is from Vellore in Tamil Nadu that's being circulated. So the claim is false.